Alrighty, hey traders. I want to do this video or this session for you today because I'm going to walk you through how I view and how I trade the futures and the forex market, and how I do that. Some of you guys have heard, or some of you guys have asked how I trade the futures and forex market, and so on and so forth. So I do a few different types of trading. Firstly, I do the stock market trading. So if I bring up my TC platform over here, as you can see, this is the TC platform, TC2000 platform. I do all my stock market trading on here. I only do about an hour's worth of trading because I'm only looking for a daily setup. This is the way that I'm doing it right now. It may change in the future, but I'm doing a daily setup here. So I want to walk you through just quickly, guys, based on how I trade the futures and forex market in the smaller time frame. So guys, do not place a trade based on what you see in this session today, because trading risk can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making a profit in the markets, and it does take you a long time to become a really good trader in the markets. So be smart about the way that you're trading. Also, guys, if you haven't grabbed your trading gift yet, I'm giving away a free trial, free access to a whole bunch of trading courses. So go to John's free trading gift. And if you'd like to join me on my next platinum event, where you're going to come and live with me and watch me trade live and let me teach you, and I'll teach you exactly how to trade this markets live, then go to johnsevent.com. Now, guys, let's go save. Now, guys, the way that firstly, when I'm trading the stock market, I use this platform here because that's just what I use to do my scans and all that sort of stuff. And you can see I've just been doing some analysis just recently. This is actually a stock that I got out of just recently as well too. So the thing is this, guys, is that whenever I'm trading the stock market first in the morning, because I'm in Sydney, Australia. Okay, or I'm in Sydney, Australia. So first thing in the morning, I get up and I trade the last hour of the US stock market. And I'm getting in on the daily chart, and I'm holding for 1 to 5 days, or sometimes I'm holding for a few weeks. And so that's what I do here on the stock market. And I trade options, and also trade the CFD as well too. I'm just looking for a really, really nice quality setup, guys. So that's what I'm doing there. It does takes me about an hour. And and the fact of the matter is, guys, when you come to my event at johnsevent.com, you can apply for that. The fact of the matter is that if all you wanted to do is just do 1 hour's worth of trading, and you can condense that down to half an hour's worth of trading, that's still plenty throughout the entire year, because you still get probably 1 to 2 dozen really good trades throughout the entire year. And from that, you still can generate a really, really nice return if you stick to the plan 100%. So if that's all you did, you still can do really well. The way that I used to trade was, the fact is that I used to get up first in the morning. I look at the markets 1 hour before, and I start to look at my scans. I start to do all that sort of stuff. And then roughly around 20 minutes or so towards the close, I roughly know what sort of stocks that I have in what I call my watch list. And I go through my watch list again, and then I see which ones identify that. And then around, say, 5 minutes before the close, I simply get into the trade. And then I come back the next morning. I wake up the next morning, and then I see what happened at night as I'm sleeping. And then I trade it there. I use options to trade. So, for example, ATHM, right? This was an options trade, as you can see. So these are all the different options. And so I use interactive brokers to place my option trade. And it's that easy. And because of the leverage with options, if you're really good at picking good quality trades, you can do really, really, really well with options, 50%, 100% within sometimes 1 day, and sometimes within a couple of days. So just imagine you're doing $20,000 per trade with that. Before you know it, you don't need too many trades throughout the entire year before you to become a 6-figure trader. But it comes back down to your training, right? It comes back down to how you train, how good of you are at being patient and waiting for those good quality setups, because they do come around. So that's how I trade that, and that's still plenty, right? That's still plenty. Still plenty of trades through that there. But what I'm doing also is I'm trading. So right now, as you can see, it's 1:45 in the afternoon my time, and I've been watching this now for probably since 1 o'clock. I've been watching these markets, and what you're looking at right now on this screen here are the 6 different Forex pairs that I view and also trade. So I've got the USD CHF, I've got the Euro USD. I've got the Great British Pound USD. I've got the Australian US dollar. I've got the USD Japanese yen, and also USD Canadian as well too through here. So these are what we call the 6 different Forex pairs that I keep an eye on. Now, I view my charts like this all the time, right? So I view my charts, and this is all I'm looking at. So whenever I'm looking at these charts, and I'm just watching these charts, okay? I'm just watching these charts here. And what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for my setup, right? I'm just looking for a trade pattern to start to form, right? Now, if you guys know that, what I'm looking for is a pullback with small bars and a big bar that stands out, right? So if I know that in the back of my mind, that I already know what I'm looking for, right? So I'm looking for what's the first thing I'm looking for? My setup is what? A pullback with small bars. If I know that in the back of my mind, there's no question like, is this a trade? Is this not blah 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 blah, right? It's like, no. Am I getting my pullback with small bars? Yes or no? Okay, yes we are. Okay, fantastic. Now let's qualify that to make sure we have enough small bars. Then if we do have that, then now do we have a what? A small pullback with small bars and a bar that stands out. Now, am I getting a bar that stands out that's with the trend and has momentum and so on and so forth? All right. So that's the reason why it's not difficult for me, right? Because all I'm looking for is my setup first, which is a pullback with small bars. Then when I get a bar that stands out, I've got to make sure that there's enough small bars. Because sometimes you need a lot of small bars because you need a lot of time, you need a lot of resting phase because sometimes it just needs that. And then also I've got to make sure that the bar is qualified bar, that actually it's breaking past previous support or resistance and it's not too big. And then I need to go check on the higher time frame for some major support and resistance levels, and just to qualify that's in a pretty good area and so on and so forth. So the reason me telling that, right, is that I know my trading system, my trading rules, but the very first thing that I'm looking for, so there is no surprise, is I'm just looking for my setup. So whenever I'm looking for my setup, I'm just sitting here watching it. Now, all these are 5-minute charts, what you can see here, right? So these are all different 5-minute charts. So I have this on one screen. I have 4 different screens. I have this on one screen, and then let me go to here, and then I have this one here. Right, so then I have this screen here. And what is this screen? This is another screen of what? So the top markets here, this top one up here, this is what? This is the Wall Street, which is the Dow Jones. The middle one is the S&P 500. And the right one over here is the NASDAQ, right? So the NASDAQ 100. So these are the different futures markets. Then down the bottom here, I have, this is gold. And this here is oil. And over here is the DAX, the DAX, and that starts to get really active in the afternoon. So I look at all of this here, and what am I doing? I'm just looking for the same thing, right? And so that's why I say, guys, don't be placing a trade, right? What are we getting here on gold right now? A what? We're getting a what? We're getting a pullback with what? Small bars, right? But we're sideways movement with small bars. Now, right now, if I got a breakout bar, this is not enough small bars for me. Let me just open this right up a bit. If I got a breakout bar now, this is not enough small bars for me to be taking a trade. I would need to see. I already know, due to the fact that this move up through here, I would need a lot more of small bars for me to qualify that this is okay. That this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I already know that. But that's the first thing I'm looking for, right? Is a pullback with small bars. Now I'm seeing this right here, right now on gold. But I do know, because we had a big move up, we also need a big move on a sideways movement, and I need to make sure that my 52 moving average is catching up, essentially catching up towards close to the price. But if this goes sideways for another maybe half an hour, maybe another hour of just sideways and let the moving average catch up, so to speak, and then we get a breakout bar, guess what? That could be a nice trade to see a nice move back to the upside. And that could be a nice trade for me. So I'll be watching that. I'll be seeing if I do get a breakout bar. And as this is forming, then, so now I've got that right. So as I've got this here, then I'll go to my other screen. So they're the first 2 screens you're looking at. So I'm looking at there. All I'm looking for is what? A pullback with small bars and a bar that stands out. And then, and as soon as I see that, then it captures my eye. Like, okay, cool. We're getting the setup now So let's go do a bit more analysis. And then what I do is on my other screen, so let me show this other screen to you. On my other screen here, this is where I have a breakdown on a much. This is a wide screen now that you're looking at, and I have a 2-minute chart here. This one over here is a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute chart, and a 60-minute chart. And this is where I go over here. If I see something set up like with gold, so I'm seeing gold set up right now. I already know right now that gold, if I look at my hourly chart on gold, I can see that the reason why I can see gold has actually had a lot of resistance through there. So let me blow up this 60-minute chart here. So as I can see, right, you can see the reason why gold's had a lot of problems through here. Why? Because this is actually a 60-minute resistance through here. So it's got a lot of problems through there. But I can see how the trend, right, has been pretty much just flat through here for the last sort of pretty much entire of April through here. So if I look at that, then I go back. Let me now look at the 15-minute chart. And yeah, I would need to see a bit more time. But if we do get a breakout above this level through here, we get a bit more sideways movement. Then where's the next major resistance level? The next major resistance level is where? Right here, right there. That's where the next major resistance level is. So if I'm going to be placing a trade, say on this 5-minute chart, and I do get a lot more small bars for me, I can see what's happening right now on this 15-minute chart over here as well. Let me just move this over here. This 15-minute chart. This 15-minute chart actually looks pretty good, right? It actually doesn't look too bad. So if we get a breakout, again, I'd need a bit more time. I'd need a bit more sideways movement for me to be comfortable to place a trade. But if we do that and we get a break up, then where's the next resistance level? Up here. You see how I did that? So that's how I've just gone to the 5-minute chart to look for the setup, and then I'm going to the higher time frames to check for major support and resistance levels and so on and so forth. Make sense? So so that's basically that's basically how I look at the markets and how I trade the market. So now I'm looking at gold, saying, okay, you know, gold, I would like to see if we can get if we can get a bit more sideways movement here. It would be good, and then we can get a nice follow through there. So and that's what I do there, guys. So whenever and then, you know, if I'm looking at any of the Forex pairs like the Australian dollar, US dollar, again, you can see how, let me just minimize that. Sorry, maximize that. You can see what I'm looking at here. The 2-minute charts over here. This is, again, sometimes looks pretty ugly like it does right now. Looking pretty ugly. And so, yeah, so that's how I trade the markets, guys. And then all I do is, my job is just to sit here and wait for what? My setup to form. And as you can see, right, if I go back to if I go back to this one right here, right, if I go back to this one right here, you'll be able to see what? You'll be able to see how this gold down here is, now that I'm watching it, right? I'm watching it to see how it operates, see how it works. I see how it just see how it sort of how it's going to just see how much we do get this here, and I'll be watching this. And then as soon as we do get a breakout bar, guess what? I've got now 5 minutes to double check everything before I go and place a trade. So let me do this here. Ooh. So there we go, guys. I wanted to do this session for you because I wanted to walk you through and just share with you and show you exactly how I trade that. Now, I will trade this right now. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll trade this to about 6 o'clock tonight, and then after 6 o'clock, I'll stop, and then, you know, and then I'll go have some dinner and get ready for bed, and then wake up tomorrow morning, get up at 4 o'clock, and then do my trading, go to the gym, and start the day over again. So so right now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so around about 5 hours. I will look at the Forex market. Sometimes I stay a bit later if I'm not that tired at night. Then I will do that. And so because my full-time job is a trader, right? So I trade the stock market in the morning, and then at night, in the afternoon, in the morning, I'm trading the stock market. During the morning time, I'm doing a lot of my YouTube videos. I'm doing a lot of my business stuff. And in the afternoon, I'm pretty much 100% focused on just watching these charts and just waiting for really good quality setups. So there we go, guys. That's how I trade small time frames. That's how I trade these. And then, you know, who knows, that there might be a nice gold trade setting up really, really nicely soon. So I better get into it. So there we go, guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you guys next time.